The Atlanta Dream got off to a good start to round one of the 2025 playoffs, toppling the Indiana Fever 80-68 in Game 1. Forward Ryan Howard and guard Alisha Gray led the way for the Dream with 20 points each, while forward Naz Hillman and center Brianna Jones rounded out Atlanta's core four in terms of scoring. The Fever, on the other hand, found themselves stifled on offense with just 68 points, their fifth lowest scoring performance of the season. The Fever limped their way through the end of the regular season and into the playoffs, entering Sunday's game with 6 players out on the injury report. The most notable name on that list is star guard Caitlin Clark, who has been sidelined for the rest of the season with a groin injury, and it's clear that the Fever are feeling the impact of their missing star. Clark makes a noticeable impact on the Fever box score when she's on the court. The Fever averaged 87 points with Clark playing in 2025 compared to 83 points without her, which has been a much larger sample size as the former Iowa Hawkeye has been riddled with injuries in her sophomore season and appeared in just 13 games. The Fever shot 34.9% from the field in Sunday's loss to Atlanta and found themselves stifled by the physical defense of the Dream. Indiana especially struggled from three-point range, one of Clark's notable features, shooting just 13.3% from the field. A key component of Atlanta's shooting defense in Game 1 was the way they zeroed in on Indiana's remaining go-to-shooters. With Clark and so many other potential offensive threats missing from the game, the Fever were left with less versatility and more predictability when it came to passing and taking shots. I think being able to stop them from getting second chances is really what we keyed in on, Howard said. We know who they want to go to. We know who's going to take those shots and making sure that we make those shots hard, make them tough for them to make, and getting the first rebound and pushing from there. With the Fever so shorthanded, the majority of the scoring fell to guard Kelsey Mitchell, who scored a playoff career-best 27 points while shooting 50% from the field. Beyond that, no other Fever player made more than 3 field goals, and star forward Aaliyah Boston was held to just 9 attempts overall while overseeing much of the team's defensive duties. Atlanta Dream guard Ryan Howard has cemented herself as one of the WNBA's top players over the last couple of weeks heading into the playoffs, and she continues to shine on the big stage. The Dream are hosting the Indiana Fever in Game 1 of their first-round playoff series, and Atlanta is doing as expected by relying on their star power. The Dream cruised to a dominant second quarter, outscoring Indiana 22-12 to take a commanding 40-33 lead at halftime. At halftime, the Dream are led by MVP candidate Alisha Gray with 13 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals on 4-10 shooting from the field, but Howard has done her job as well. In 13 minutes of first-half action, Howard has scored 9 points on 3-8 shooting from the field, but fans were worried her 2025 playoff debut would be cut short. Howard heads to locker room. In a big scare for Atlanta, Howard went to the locker room during Sunday's game with about 8 minutes left in the second quarter after a hard collision with Fever guard Lexi Hull. After missing a three-pointer, Howard was standing right behind Hull, which caught the Fever guard off guard when she turned right into the 3-time All-Star, head-butting Howard's face. Hull was ultimately called for a foul on this play, which stirred some conversations among Fever fans, but it more importantly sent Howard to the locker room. Howard spent about 6 minutes of game time in the locker room before she returned to action, but it was not the ideal situation for Atlanta to start their playoff run. Howard won back-to-back Eastern Conference Player of the Week awards heading into the postseason, headlined by a historic 37-point, 9 three-pointer performance in their third-to-last game of the regular season. This season, Howard has averaged 17.5 points for 0.5 rebounds for 0.6 assists and 1.5 steals per game, continuing to cement herself as one of the top guards in the league while helping take the Dream to a historic season.